today we are excited to tell you that the first thing that we wanted to get marked off the list, which was replacing those posts underneath us right now, was recently completed.
Yeah, we called Andy and his boy Sam. They came and did a walkthrough with me. You know, everywhere we turned, there was another post that was rotten, or you know, beams were sagging. It was a lot of work.
When we first hired in the boys to come do the work, we couldn't even imagine how they would jack up this entire barn. It's so huge. So it was pretty amazing when we saw them just kind of use scrap wood to hold up this barn temporarily while they you know, jacked it up. And something that just seemed insurmountable to us was not scary to them at all. They had done it a million times before, so that was all pretty amazing.
What we originally thought was going to be like 1 or 2 posts that we needed to replace. During the walkthrough, it was 8 right off the bat.
Well, it started out as 6
Oh,
actually,
6.
and then it quickly turned to 8, and honestly, in the end, it turned out being a dozen. Unfortunate, fortunate on how you want to look at it, but now at least, you know, below us in the first floor, all the support posts are all on those concrete 7x9 pillars, and they're all the same. And, it'll add to it in the end for sure.
It's pretty amazing when you look at the roof line now compared to where it was before, how straight everything is.
The grain bin you can see over here behind Krista, you know, it used to have a terrible sag in it, and really squared things up, and did wonders for the main structure of the barn for sure.
It's amazing to look back now at videos before to after, how everything just kind of goes back together the way it was supposed to. Everything lines up the way that it was meant to be.
Driving after they put the posts in and seeing it for the first time.
Am I safe?
Yeah.
Am I safe, Grandma?
Okay, so this is the last post that needs done. They actually just changed the direction of the pillar. This is part of what used to be a post that was holding up the barn. I'm going to show you some more too. It's even worse. Let's see if I can get it. I mean, it's just... That was it.
So with all the good news of the posts all being replaced, they also in the process had to start looking, or due to our request, started looking at the floor joists that go from that first beam back in to sit on top of the stone foundation. And we got some bad news there.
Oh, I see what they did. Okay, they were explaining this, but I didn't understand. This is our bad. You can see it there. It's broken. They have to replace that, so they took the floorboards out to get a better idea. I see what they did. Okay. Adeline, be careful because there's extra floorboards missed. Oh, she's down here.
What?
Nothing. It's okay.
It's okay. I didn't know there was floorboards missing. Huh.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yes, there is. But I guess that's how you gotta see what needs done. That's kind of crazy.
Hey Mom,
Hey, what?
I'm coming where you're going.
Okay.
It's pretty rough. There's a couple of them that are rotted clear off. There's a couple that are broken. There's a couple that aren't even there anymore. So
It was pretty overwhelming the first time when we walked back in and the floorboards were all torn up and there was no floor and you could see the cracks and the breaks in those joists. And all of a sudden, one of the things that we didn't think was a problem at all was a pretty overwhelming problem.
we knew we had one or two, just like even the uprights going up in the second floor. I mean, there's a few that need replaced, and I mean they're okay for now. But before we go re-siding or doing the finish work, we're gonna have to replace a couple of those as well. But it was definitely overwhelming. The number of hand-hewn floor beams that were no good. So we're up to almost a dozen, I think. But yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of work.
The exciting part is now we can get in downstairs and start leveling out the ground and just doing some cleanup work. Honestly, our goal would be to have that area cleaned up before they come back to do the floor joists so that it's easier to navigate and work through. So that's our next project, is just the cleanup work, moving dirt and earth and material in order to do the next steps.
Some 200-year-old cow dung and who knows what all.
Yeah,
It's yucky.
it is yucky.
Hey, got to clean it up, and that'll make the biggest difference moving forward as far as the look and the feel, and really feeling like you're getting somewhere with it. So
I will say I feel incredibly grateful that we found the Amish that we did to do the work. Not only were they super, they kept telling us how grateful they were to work on a barn like this. They love jobs like this, which just made my heart happy, because a lot of people you talk to and tell them that you're doing this barn project, they're like, what? But these guys were like, that's amazing, and then they were excited to work on it.
we actually we got in touch with them through a mutual friend of ours that had them do some work for her, and they had built a pavilion with wooden pins and dowels and no metal hardware. It was pretty cool. So we were impressed with their work. So we knew that they could handle an old barn like this.
Yeah, and in a historic fashion,
Yeah.
in a more of a restore way, and they definitely honored that.
Yeah.
And they were also willing to work on our budget. We want to just do a little bit at a time as we can afford it, and not take any huge leaps right at first. And they were very respectful of that, because when you get into a huge project like this, just like we found what we thought was a good section of the floor, there's a lot of replacement needs. That's not going to stop. So instead of diving in both feet first, we're taking it a couple steps at a time and addressing the issues as we go. And it's awesome to work with people willing to do that with you.
Some steps more careful than others, right?
Yes. So yes. Okay, guys. Well, that is it for this video. Thank you for joining us. In the coming weeks, we are going to be doing a lot of cleanup, and we're going to take you along for the ride. So make sure you like and subscribe to these videos to see more of our progress on this barn. And coming up in a video to come soon, I'm going to start talking to you guys about the history of this building and this farm and this property. And I'm learning more and more exciting stuff every day. So I can't wait to teach you about that as well.
Look forward to seeing you again.
Okay, thanks for watching.